My dad was born with a rare blood disorder called hemophilia. During the 1970s and 80s, the medication used to treat hemophilia was infected and tainted with HIV. My dad contracted HIV, and on January 6, 2000, he died from AIDS.
I went over to the crib, and I picked him up. He had had a circumcision, okay? And all I saw in the crib was a crib full of blood. I was 19 years old. What the hell did I know about anything like that?
I personally manually scanned close to 10,000 of his slides. I created a digital and physical photo archive and have chosen photos from that archive to go into the book. My brother and I reached out by email, by phone. Some people wrote letters. And we collected all of the stories that people sent to us. His photos stand alone. I think they could be presented by themselves and be amazing. To be able to pair his photos with stories and a narrative and something that will be meaningful for people, I think is just, how could I not do that?
We were playing outside an apartment, and Dad jumped up on the bench and fell over and banged his knee, and it blew up like a balloon. And that was the first time I actually realized that he was sick.
He showed up for all of these board meetings, and that one time he was there, and he was all kind of bundled up and huddled at the table. And, you know, he had this coat, and I remember the hat on and kind of a scarf wrapped around him, and all of that hidden. You couldn't see who he was. But when it came time to say something, I mean, he said something. If I felt that sick, I probably wouldn't have come. But he did, you know, and that kind of makes me feel small.
I've spent so many years and so much time focusing on and processing my dad's death. All of these people that have shared their stories and their sentiments about my dad, they've allowed me to completely shift my focus from his death to his life. That's the most profound thing from this book, is that I now know that his life and the way he was and the way he made friends and his pursuit of art and creativity and his humor and laughter, those are the things that made me I can't believe I'm crying so much.
It's okay to cry.
Those are the things that made me who I am. If anything can come out of this book, at least for me personally, it's that. The hundreds of hours I've put into this book, every single time that I sit down to work on it, I feel like I'm collaborating with my dad. Since I've kind of reconnected and kind of felt closer to my dad, it simultaneously feels really good and really painful. You know, every meaningful experience I have in my life, all I want to do is share it with him. That's a difficult part of this process, but I can easily say that it's worth it. I know that for me, when I've heard other people's stories of living through loss and how resilient they are, I've found it really helpful and comforting, and it makes me feel less lonely. And so if I can do that for somebody else, I would feel really fulfilled by that. I really want to send a huge thank you to all the people that contributed to this book. Without your stories, this book and this project and my personal transformation just wouldn't have happened. It's been 20 years since my dad died, and it's like I feel like I'm only getting started now. Thanks for listening to my story. I'm not going to apologize for crying.